It was a really good vacation, man. Oh, I tell you, it was so good to go down there to see my friends and family down around the areas here. Let's see. Let's see what's on the computer here. Ooh, time to check my emails here. See, okay. Oh, uh-oh. Boss has got something here. It says, "Dear Sephy, please make sure the remote control season 2 is ready to go. You have been given the green light to do season 2 here. Reply as soon as you can." And of course, that's like 30 minutes, 30 days ago. Oh, brother. Let's see what's the next email here. Scott, Dear Sephy, where the F are you? Oh, no. Get remote control started ASAP. See you later. Signed, Boss. Oh, dear. Oh, God. Another one of those. Okay. All right. I get the idea. There's like now 45 other messages saying the same damn thing. Okay, okay, okay. Fine, fine, fine. I'll get remote control season 2 started. Let's do it right now.
Kenny wasn't like the other kids.
Remote control.
TV mattered. Nothing else did.
Remote control.
Girl said yes, Denise said
No. Remote control.
Now he's got his own game show.
Remote control.
Welcome back to the basement at 32 Whooping Cough Lane. Man, it's been a while since I've been in here, but here is our host of Remote Control, Scott Sephy McVay. Good evening,
Yay.
everybody. Hey, welcome to season 2, where the categories have changed a little bit. The money is going to probably mostly stay the same, but I got some little surprise at the bonus round for everyone. And here we go. We got 3 contestants to start tonight's game off. In fact, I got not one but 2 players who have not played my game yet before, and we're going to meet everyone in turn. Let's start with the chair in the green chair. Coming to us from I'm not sure where yet, K-Tech.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, K-Tech. Go ahead and tell us all about yourself here.
IT nerd, studying in college, and on a 2 week break right now. Enjoying it. Just getting ready for Memorial Day weekend, basically.
Sounds like a plan then. There you go then. Do you think you have what it takes to conquer the televisions today?
Oh boy, I think I do.
Well, let's see how you do then. Next in the blue chair, I've got Adam Oliver.
Hello, Sephy.
Welcome back to this. We saw you in season 1 there, if I remember right, though. Go ahead and tell us, everyone, a little reminder about yourself, though.
Alright, I am 39 years of age. I am engaged in for a living. I am a sporting goods store sales associate, and I am a cafeteria worker at a university center.
All right. Sounds good there. Well, you did pretty good last season. Do you think you have what it takes to win this season?
Oh, if the other than the question that in my knowledge comes up, it would be okay, all right.
All right, well, let's see how we go here. And finally, in our red chair, he's also here for the first time ever on remote control. Here's Russ, and I'm going to butcher this name so badly. Bletterfeld?
Bielefeld.
Bielefeld. I was close. I was close. Well, you're here for the first time in the basement. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure, I'm a medical administrator in Towson, Maryland. I love puzzles and board games. Matter of fact, just got out of a game of Power Grid with Elliot about 5 minutes ago.
That sounds cool there. All right. Do you think you have what it takes to win on tonight's episode?
Well, I am a fount of useless TV knowledge, so this should be right up my alley.
All right, sounds like good. Well, let's get to the big board there above there. You see above your score, your chairs and all that, the big TV, the big Zenith television there. I got 9 channels of trivia questions and maybe a few other surprises up there as well, though. I'll tell you right now, if you get a trivia question, the first question is 5 points. If you stay on that channel, your second question is 10 points. and 15 big points if you go for the third and final question on that channel. All right, we flip the coin backstage, and guess what? K-Tech, I'm going to give you the first choice of channels today.
How about like 7? Let's start with that.
Number 7, the personal opinion channel. Okay, this one's really simple, guys. I'm going to talk about a simple little subject, and the first one who buzzes in and give me an opinion about that little subject here, you're going to get 10 points on this one. How about that? Today's personal opinion, since we're actually in the middle of summer, let's talk about summer insects.
Was this a summer what?
Summer insects. You know, the bugs.
Okay.
There's Adam.
Um, they have to make sure that they be hydrated like us humans do.
You know, that's pretty good advice there. I like that. I'll give you 10 points there. There you go. All right. Now that the bulb has gone red, that means that channel cannot be picked again. But if you see a white light, you can actually pick that channel again if you need to. Adam is now in control. You get to choose the next channel.
Okay, let's go with channel 4.
Channel 4 is Channel Fab 4. That's right, folks. We're going to talk about everyone's favorite band from Liverpool, England, the Beatles. Let's start with an easy one for 10 points here. These guys here, when they came to the United States, they performed on a classic variety TV show back in the early '64, I think it was, and they were so popular that it really made this guy's night. Which TV show was this from? Russ.
The Ed Sullivan Show.
That is correct for 5 points. Good job. All right, what do you want to go to now?
Oh, let's get back to the Beatles.
All
Number
right,
4.
all right, 10 points this time. Here we go. All right. In their animated movie, Yellow Submarine, there were some really bad guys here who just wanted to make everything horrible for everyone. What were the names of these characters? Russ.
The Blue Meanies.
The Blue Minis is correct for 10 points. Good job. And now where?
Let's let it be. Beatles for 15.
All right. There we go. Number 15 big points there on the Beatles there this time. All right, this album cover has probably got the most amount of characters you could ever see on any album cover, and I need the full title of the album. K-Tech.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
You are correct for 15 points. Good job. All right, K-Tech is in control. Where do you want to go to now?
Let's go over to number 5.
Number 5 is Survey Says. That's right. It's time to play Family Feud. Here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the buzzers and I'm going to read the question. You try to give me the number 1 answer. And if you can give me the number 1 answer, you automatically get 15 points. If not, your opponents will buzz in. And if no one gets the number 1 answer, whoever gets the best answer will still get the points then. Okay. Here's your question tonight. Name something that follows the word shark. Russ.
Sharknado.
No, it's not even on my list. Sorry, no.
Aw.
K-Tech.
Shark Week.
Yeah, that's on the list. It's number 5, though. Okay.
And,
And finally, Adam, can you give me an answer?
what was the word again?
Shark, like in the shark. You know, the
Da-da, da-da.
Okay. Oh, all right.
shark
Yeah, I got it.
tail
I got
or
it.
shark
I got
blade.
it.
Go
I
ahead.
got
Go
it.
ahead.
I was thinking. Okay, shark attack.
Yes, that was number 2, though, but you still get the points there. Just to let you know, number 1 was actually Shark Tank, and
Oh,
then
tank. Oh,
number 3 was Shark
sorry.
Bait, and finally number 4 was Shark Tale. And you can spell it either way, either with the actual tail or a story. There you go. All right, that's the end of that. And Adam got the control, so he's in control there.
Let's go with channel 2.
Channel 2. It's a very special channel. Well, Adam, I have a little bit of bad news. You're going to get some nice advice, but it's going to cost you 10 points. In driver's ed, you know that they always tell you to put your hands on your wheel at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. I think that's complete BS, and I'll tell you why. I'd rather put my hands at 9:45 and 2:17. Why? This gives me an extra 32 minutes to get to work. And this has been a very special channel. And that takes you back down to 15 points there, Adam. But we got a three-way tie. Oh my gosh. You're still in control, Adam. Where do you want to go now?
Let's go with Channel 9.
Channel 9, South Park. That's right. It's time to talk to our favorite foul mouth boys here. Here we go. Okay, let's start with an easy one for 5 points. We know that this guy, the Cartman, has been around for a long time here, but what's his first name? Russ.
Eric.
Eric is right for 5. Good job. And you're back in control.
Oh, I've got to stick with South Park.
You got it right. Let's go ahead and do this one. Okay, this one's a kind of interesting one. This character says the word okay a lot more than your GPS will say recalculating. Who am I talking about? Adam.
Oh, who was that? Who was? Oh,
Time.
who was that?
Time. K Tech.
Mr. Cranky?
No, not Cranky. No.
No.
Russ.
Mr. Mackey, okay.
Okay, you got 10 points. There you go.
Mackie.
Oh, it's
There you
Mackie. I
It's,
go.
butchered the
oh,
pronunciation on that.
All right. And now, where do you want to go to again, Russ?
We're gonna close out South Park, of course,
South,
number 9.
South Park for 15 big points. We're still talking about characters. There's this kid that's extremely nervous and gay, but he's also basically 90% coffee and 10% panic. Who am I talking about? Adam.
is it Twitch?
Not Twitch, no. Russ.
It's Tweak.
It's Tweak for 15 points. There you go.
Nah.
All right, there you go. Well, Russ, we got rid of South Park, but now where do you want to go?
Number 6.
Sports time.
Yes.
Sports.
Sport.
Sports.
Yes. For those who don't know, a certain person here on MTBG loves sports there, and normally I would have said F in sports category, but I don't want to change the logo. All right, here. Let's start with a simple one for 5 points. Here we go. Before this, the world went global with the sport of American football. The NFL's Europa's 6 teams dazzled fans on which continent? K-Tech.
Europe.
That's correct for 5 points. There you go. All
Okay,
right,
let's
K-Tech
stick with sports with 6.
for 10. On 6 for 10. How about that? There we go. Despite the controversy, this disgraced coach known as Alberto Salazar, he once led athletes in which high-stakes sport? K-Tech.
Soccer?
Not soccer, no. Adam?
Horse racing?
Not horse racing, nope. You want to try it, Russ?
Yeah, I'll try it. Boxing.
No, I'm afraid not. It was athletics. Just athletics in general.
Mm, well,
That's all right. Well, I think K-Tech's still in control. What do you want?
Okay, let's finish the sport category.
All right, let's go here. 15 points this time. With triple doubles that could fill a highlight reel for days, who's the maestro of the multi-stat magic in the NBA? Russ.
I think right now it's Russell Westbrook.
You are correct for 15 points. Good job.
I
All
almost said
right.
Oscar Robertson, but I think Westbrook passed him on that
Yep,
recently. So, yep.
that's correct. Yeah, that's what I got on my listing too. Yes. All right, Russ, you're back in control.
All right. Hold on. I want to check the members list to see if Jason's here is not because I'm climbing up his money tree.
Sounds like you're going to 3 where we're going to show you Harry Potter. That's right. This is one of my brand new categories for this season here, and I think you're going to enjoy some of these Harry Potter trivia questions. Here we go. Let's start for 5 points this time. We all know that Harry Potter had lived with his, I guess you say his in-law family of sorts here. What was the last name of those folks he lived with at Drury in London area? Adam.
The Dursleys.
Dursleys for 5 points. Good job. All right, which you now?
Let's stick with Harry Potter.
All right, Harry Potter this time here for 10 points this time here. All right, now we know that Harry's had a few girlfriends in his time, but who did he share under a mistletoe with his very first kiss? Hint, she's from Ravenclaw. K-Tech.
Toe chain.
You are correct for 10 points. Good job. All right,
Okay.
where to you now?
Let's actually switch it up and go to number one.
Number one is our entertainment channel. Here we go. This is a whole bunch of questions in entertainment. Let's start with one here for 5 points. When the supernatural stirred up a ruckus, which cult classic film had us dialing the paranormal hotline with an unforgettable tagline? Who are you going to call? Russ.
Ghostbusters.
That's Ghostbusters for 5. And with that, it's time for Snack Break.
Yay.
Yay. And here comes our snacks coming out. Excuse me, I got some sneezes here. So you know what we're going to do? Let's sneeze out some popcorn for everyone today. Here we go. It's butter popcorn. We're going to enjoy some stuff. And you know what that means? We'll be right back after this commercial break. We'll get ready for round 2 with 9 brand new channels and double the points. I'll be back later. Welcome back to Remote Control. This is the season 2 premiere, and we are starting off with a pretty good game so far. You see, we got K Tech at 30 points, Adam at 20, and Russ is our current leader with 65 points. Okay, well, you've noticed I've changed the background like we've always done here. I've reloaded all the channels with 9 brand new channels up on there as well. I've doubled all the points. So that means trivia starts at 10 points and goes up from there to up to 20 and then to 30 points. I want to tell you 2 things to be careful of in this round. First of all, as we had in the first season, we brought it back, the home shopping zone. This is a bad thing where you lose points, but you actually will win a really nice prize that's yours to keep no matter what happens. And finally, number 2, be very careful when we go off the air because that means the player who's in last place is the first one out. All right, if you guys are ready. Adam, you are behind on third place, so you get to choose the first channel.
All right, Channel 3.
Channel 3 Wild Card. That's right, it's a whole bunch of who knows what the heck's going to be coming up here for us today. All right, let's start for 10 points on this first question here. In literature, Anne Hathaway, not the actress we know, but this is the original Anne Hathaway, tied the knot with which legendary playwright? Russ.
Shakespeare.
That's correct. It is William Shakespeare for 10 points. All right, Russ, you're back in control.
Mm. What the hell? Let's stick with the wild card.
All right, 20 points this time. Here we go. Now, you've seen the movie The Lion King, right? And we know that Simba's the young lion here. But what's his father's name? Russ.
Mufasa.
20 points. Here you go. All right, Russ, one more time. What do you got?
Sure, let's close it out.
Sure, let's close it out. Let's do something else here. 30 points this time. In the United States, we have zip codes for our mail. Across the pond in the United Kingdom, what do they use to get your mail to the right place? Russ.
Post codes.
Postcode for 30 points. Good job. All right. All right, Russ, now where do you want to go?
Let's double the 3 and make it 6.
And there we go. Sephy goofed. That's right. That's right. I have to win them a
Oh,
few times here, so there we go. It's time to give you some questions that I thought were easy, but were a little too tricky for me as well, though. 10 points this time. Here we go. Now, this legendary figure, which was famous in German tales here, was allegedly had made a devilish deal for knowledge and power. But there's no need to sell your soul for this answer. I thought that was Dante, but who am should I have been talking about? Russ.
I think it was Faust.
You are correct for 10 points. Good job. All right, now what?
Uh, we're gonna stick with number 6. I want to see
Oh,
what else you've effed up.
all right. Well, let's do another F up question. Here we go. Now, I had a trouble with my geography on this one here. Back in the there's this little city in Europe here that you can find a cute little statue that's been peeing ever since the 17th century. And I was thinking it was originally Paris, but what city should I have thought of? K-Tech.
Venice?
Not Venice, no. Russ,
Brussels, Belgium.
you are correct for 20. Good job. All right, Russ, still in control.
All right. One more time with the screw ups.
One more time with the screw ups here. Here we go. 30 points. Back in the year 2010, this country had 33 miners trapped in that were had trapped inside a big old fissure underground, and they captured the world's attention. I was trying to figure out which country it was. I was thinking originally Argentina, but I was wrong. Which country was this from? K-Tech.
Haiti?
Not Haiti, no. Russ.
Chile.
Chile, 30. Wow. Great job. All right, you're still back in control, Russ. Now, where do you want to go?
Number 2.
Number 2, Animals Channel. This is one of my newer ones.
Animals.
That's right. We're going to talk about our favorite little creatures that are on all the ground here. Let's see if I can get. There we go. If I was going to talk about animals that like to eat, that like to eat both meat and plants, what type of animal is that? Russ.
Omnivore.
Omnivore for 10. Good job. All right, now what?
Um, no, the animals aren't really tickling my fancy right now. So let's switch over to number 8.
And that is the United States Geography Channel. All right, let's get some good questions about our United States here as well that way. Let's start one for 10 points here. We all know about the state of Idaho, and that's not Idaho for those who are at home. It might be
Right.
famous for potatoes, but how many states actually are bordering or mashed up against its borders there? We need a number. K-Tech.
6.
You are correct for 10 points. Good job. All right.
Okay,
You're back in control, K-Tech.
okay, let's continue with number 8.
All right. Let's do some more geography here. There we go. Let's talk about Denver, Colorado this time here. Now, if you're in Colorado, which time zone would you be in? K-Tech.
Modern time zone.
That is correct. Another 20 points. Good job. And you're still in
And
control,
let's finish the
K-Tech?
category.
All right. Let's do a good one here. This is a fun one here. We all know that Texas is a really large state. Which half of the state would you find Dallas? K-Tech.
You would find it in northern Texas.
That is correct for 30 points. Good job. All right, K-Tech, you're still in control here. What do you want to do?
Let's go to channel 7, please.
I'm sorry, you found the home shopping
Oh,
zone. Yeah, like I said, K-Tech, you got the prize, but you lose 20 points this time. And tonight's prize is not too bad. It's for our season 2 premiere. How about a couple of mountain bikes here? That's right. You got these two
okay.
beautiful Trek mountain bikes here. They have 10-speed shifters and everything like that. Perfect, things here like construction, everything like that. I am stumbling over words and I don't know what the heck's going on. You know what? I'm going to tell you these bikes are worth $1,000 here. There you go. So you get to
Okay.
keep those bikes no matter what happens, but I did have to take away 20, and you're still in control.
Let's go to channel 2 then.
Back to the animals here, this time for 20 points this time. If I said these following names of a certain animal, they are called Merino, a Black Welsh Mountain, and Beltex. Well, they're not superhero names, but they are a certain fluffy farm animal. Which animal am I thinking about? K-Tech.
Horses?
Not horses, nope. Adam.
pigs.
Not pigs. Nope. And Russ.
Yeah, I'll try one. Sheep.
You're right. 20
Wow.
points. Wow. Good job there. And you're back in control again.
All right. Numero uno.
Horror movies. That's right. Let's get scared, everyone. We got some questions about horror movie trivia here and all that. Now, which master of suspense made us all think twice about taking a shower after he directed the movie Psycho? Adam,
Alfred Hitchcock.
you're back in the game with 10 points. There you go. Now, what do you want to do, Adam?
Let's let's go back to channel 2.
All right, back to channel 2. One more animal question for 30 points this time. Now, the loggerhead and the leatherhead might sound like rock band names, but they're actually which type of a shelled creature? Russ.
Uh, turtles.
Turtles is right for 30. Good job. Okay, Russ, you're back in control. What do you want to do now?
I want to see something else. How about number 9?
Oh, you're going to love this one. Are you smarter than an 80s game show contestant?
Oh.
That's right, folks.
Oh,
Let's go through some questions that'll make everyone go, are you sure this is I don't know this one. Actually, they're the easiest questions in the world. Here you go. 10 points this time. We all heard about the character of Peppa Pig here. What nationality is she? K-Tech.
Australia?
No, she's not Australian. No. Russ.
British.
She's British. Yes, 10 points. All right, now what?
Oh, I want to stick with that category,
Of course,
please.
we got to stick with that great category. Give me a few seconds here. All right, guys. To 20 points, which United States would you find a giant hole in the ground that's actually breathtaking? Russ?
Arizona.
Arizona for the Grand Canyon. Yeah, that's an easy one. 20 points. You're still in the control with a big lead here so far.
Yeah, we need to close out number 9.
Okay, one more time. 30 big points here. Here we go. In which animated film had launched a toy astronaut into pop culture with the phrase "to infinity and beyond"? Adam,
To Toy Story.
you are correct, and you doubled your score. Alrighty, now what's you thinking right now, there, Adam?
Let's go with channel 4.
The Brady Bunch. That's right. It's time to talk about the characters of the Brady Bunch here for you today. All right, 10 points this time. Now, we all know that the Brady Bunch started up back in 1969 on television, but which year did it actually start its run in syndication? K-Tech.
1974?
You are close, but not quite here. You're very close. Adam.
1973.
No, I think you're going the wrong direction.
Mm,
Russ?
All right.
mm,
All right then. How about 1975?
Yeah, simple. Yeah, you got it. 10 points. Unfortunately, this also means we're finally off the air.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This was a close one, but Adam, I'm so sorry you had to go home right now. Darn it. But as I mentioned, just like in season 1, you never go home empty handed here. Just for playing today, I'm going to give you $250 in cash here for having a fun time. Did you have a great time tonight?
yeah. Well, Russ here is like basically a juggernaut here
Yeah,
and
pretty
just
much
quick
though. Yeah.
buzzer.
But like I said, I'm impressed you got 60 points. Well, there you go. But now I got to pull you through the wall. Bye bye. And with that, we are down to 2. K-Tech and Russ. I have a feeling this might be a foregone conclusion, but you never know. We might still have a miracle coming out of this one here. For those, so now we're just like in season 1, we're going to do our finale here, and this is called Dis or Dat, just like you were playing the old classic game show of You Don't Know Jack. So here is how this is going to go. I will have 7 things to tell you about tonight. And I can tell you right now that it's going to be one of two possible answers. Tonight's category is called Hello Dolly, and that's DALI. So, in case you're wondering, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 7 names of things here. You're going to have to tell me if it's either a work of art created by Spanish painter Salvador Dali, or the name of a Weird Al album. Okay, here's simply
Okay.
put. Simply put, you just buzz in, and if you're right, you get 20 points. If you're wrong, your opponent will get 20 points here. And simply put, you just say Dolly or Weird Al. Okay, here we go. The first one. Poodle hat. K-Tech.
Weird Al album.
That's correct for 20. Number 2. The burning giraffe. Russ.
Salvador Dali.
That's correct. Yes. Number 3. Tuna fishing. K-Tech.
Deli pudding.
That is actually a Dolly painting. Yes, yes. Number 4. Off the deep end. K-Tech.
Weird Al album.
That's right. Number 5. Lobster telephone. K-Tech.
Dolly painting.
That's correct. Yes. Number 6. Bad hair day. K-Tech.
Weird Al album.
That's correct. And finally, the great masturbator. K-Tech.
Dolly painting. A Dolly painting.
This Dolly. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
No,
But
actually, the correct answer was Jose Cazares on that last one.
No, not so much. But like I said, that's the end of the game. K-Tech, you came up from behind pretty nicely, but Russ was just too much of a juggernaut here. So, unfortunately, I had to say goodbye to you too. But the good news, again, no one goes away empty-handed. Just because you got second place this time, K-Tech, you get an automatic $500 cash to go along with those two 10-speed, mountain bikes you've got earlier today. So you're leaving us with a total in cash and prizes of $1,500. How do you feel about that?
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Well, I
Yep.
hope to see.
Thank you to send me the shadow
Bye
out.
bye. And I hope to see him later. Before we go to commercial break, I'll tell you right now, Russ, just because you won the game, I'm going to give you $1,000 in cash here, $1,000. But how would you like to win a lot more here? How about that?
Sure.
Well, we'll be right back after this commercial break, and we'll prepare for the Wheel of Jeopardy, and we'll see you in a minute. Welcome back to Remote Control. Let's here with our champion, Russ. And I'm just going to say Russ. Like I said, I'm going to.
That's fine.
That's fine with me too. Okay, you have already got $1,000 cash, and now you have a chance to win a lot more here. How about that? So here's how this is going to work.
Sounds good. Yep.
Right now, you see this wheel in front of you. You are technically. Let's pretend that this wheel is horizontal and you're strapped to it, where your head is that pointer. But we're not that cruel.
Mhm.
So what we're going to do is pretend there, and we're instead of spinning you around, we're going to spin the wheel around. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to ask you 10 true or false questions here. If you can, every time you get one right, I'm going to give you $250 in cash guaranteed, plus light up a wedge just like this one for number 1. However, if you give me a wrong answer, you get no additional money and you get a red space just like this. Now, we're going to after we finish answering all 10 questions, we're going to have either you stop the wheel with your little buzzer, or you just tell me when to stop here. And if that pointer lands on any green space, you're not going to win just on the small amount. You're going to win our grand prize, which is a beautiful trip to Rio de Janeiro. That's right. You'll spend 7 nights and no days on the beach near Ipanema Beach here. See all the great sights there and everything like that. This trip is worth $10,000.
All right.
All right. So there we go. Now, just one more time. Remember, just give me a true or false question. I'm going to start spinning this wheel. Are you ready, Russ?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Here we go. Spin the wheel. We are ready. Your first question. The star sign of Aquarius is actually represented by a tiger.
False.
That is correct. 1 second here while we're spinning here. a little thing popped up. Number 2, the letter A is the most common letter used in the English language.
False.
That's correct. It's letter E. Number 6, the acronym ASOS. That's ASOS will stand for as seen on screen.
True.
That's correct. All right. Number 4, the Battle of Hastings took place in the year 1066.
True.
That's correct. Yes. The in the company name of H&M, it stands for Hennes and Maritz.
True.
That's correct. Yes. Number 6 here. The letter K is worth 4 points in a game of Scrabble.
False.
It is true. Number
Oh, I thought it was worth 5. That's all
yes,
right.
right.
It's worth 5, Sephy. It's worth 5. Give him the
There you
points.
go. Well, I said 4 points. That's the reason why it's wrong. So, okay, in a deck of cards, all kings have mustaches.
False.
That is correct. Yes. Number 8. If you add the two numbers on opposite sides of a die from when rolling dice, the number always equals 7.
True.
That's correct. Number 9 here. In the English language, we don't believe there should be no word that rhymes with the word orange.
Well, there's a place name that does, but there are no words. It is true. There are no words.
That's correct. And finally, English is the most spoken language in the world.
False.
That is correct. It's Chinese Mandarin. Yes. Well, Russ, I have great news for you. You have probably the best odds of winning this trip to Rio that I've ever seen. If that sucker happens to land on that number 6, then we're going to be very sad. Whenever you're ready, hit that button.
Well, of course, that's the one that. Yeah, that was the flawed question, the Scrabble
Right.
question, and I know Elliot spoke up on that. He's the Scrabble expert here.
Yeah. Well, it's landing, and you won. You're going to
Yeah, it
Rio.
didn't matter.
Yeah,
It landed on 4 anyway.
that's true. Yeah, you won. You're going to Rio de Janeiro. Hooray! And with that, you get your total winnings for the day of cash and prizes. Let's see. Since I'm giving you the trip, I'm also giving you all the money at 9 times $250. That's $22.50 plus 1,000 you won plus the trip. You've got $13,250 there, Russ. Congratulations. Yay. Russ, hello? I
Yeah,
think he's in
I'm
shock,
here.
folks. I think he's in shock. Anyway, if you get a chance, would you like to come back next week since you're our to become our returning champion for next week?
Well, I'll certainly try. Of course, it'll depend on you know, power grid and all that.
Of course. Let's find out how it goes, and if that's all right, if you don't come back, we'll still find 3 other players here. So we'll see if Russ comes back next week or not here. But for now, this is Scott Sephy McVay standing here in the basement here, and I want to say good night, everybody. Have a good evening. And Remote Control is a Midgard Madness production.